So often when you're doing budgeting and forecasting, you've got a lot, I'm guessing, a lot of different sub-schedules that are going on. These are backup spreadsheets that get you to your final spreadsheet. And again, they're breaking down specific parts of the business and different sub areas of the business. So here's a really good example I'd like to use. Employee training, okay? What makes up employee training? Well, odds are if you ask a department head to budget for employee training, what are they going to do? They're going to open up some kind of their own spreadsheet on their desktop. They're going to type in who's on their team, what are the classes they're going to take, what's the dollar amount going to be in what month. Then they're going to copy and paste those final numbers into your format and then go about their day. And then odds are what happens is all that great backup documentation, maybe it gets shared to a shared drive. Maybe it just stays on their desktop. Odds are it gets deleted, it gets forgotten about, no one knows where it's at. So later on when you're trying to do analysis, you don't have any data to fall back on into how did you get to these numbers? Well, we want to let you do all of that online. Again, one of our big tenets is trying to get everything centralized in your budgeting and forecasting process. So right here for employee training, I'm going to click my little expansion button here, and you'll see that we have budgeted for these two classes. Now I'm going to zoom in just a little bit, make it a little bit easier to see here, okay? So we budgeted for these two classes. Now, if I wanted to budget for an additional class on the fly, I can come up here and click Add Detail, and I can type in the name of my class. This is free form data, so they can type in whatever information they want. And they go ahead and they put in the name and the amount. And now when I hit Save, not only does it save all of my top line numbers to the database, but it also saves all of these detailed lines. So when I go to submit for approval, I can send this to my manager, and my manager right away, without having to try to hunt me down and find me or go back and forth with all these phone calls and voicemails or emails, can open this up and say, hey, Alan, I think you're going a little heavy on the training. I think you need to cut back. Or more importantly, 6 months from now, on a budget to actual report or an income statement, and you're doing your analytics, and you're trying to say, why are we so under budget on employee training? Well, without having to kind of find that shared drive, find those backup files, you'll be able to, at a click of a button, open this up and say, oh, well, we budgeted for Mark to go for these two classes, and Mark left the organization, and therefore we didn't have to send him on this training, which is why we are under budget. So again, part of that getting everything centralized and into one area for all of your budgeting and forecasting.